Namaste, my name is Sierra Jade, and thank you for tuning in to Conscious Current Yoga. We're going to be doing a gentle yoga flow with restorative propping. So everything is going to be on the floor with the exception of being on our knees. So if you need anything to pad your knees, please grab either knee padding. You're always welcome to fold up the end of your yoga mat for extra padding. I don't like doing that though because I feel like it gets in the way. And then of course 2 bolsters, and then I have different size bolsters that I'm going to use for propping, but if you don't have bolsters, I have a rounded bolster and then 2 different size bolsters that kind of look like pillows. Any pillow would work. If you have multiple pillows, great. Towels, blankets, anything that will elevate your legs or elevate the spine and the head. And then, yeah, 2 blocks and blanket. So just starting with sitting up nice and tall. We want to feel ourselves root into the mat. Feel yourself squeeze the lower belly muscles, everything up and in. And relax the shoulders, let the palms rest facing up on the knees. And take several deep breaths. As you inhale, like you're filling a glass of water, fill the belly and then the chest. And then open mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the chest. Open mouth, sigh it out. And keep breathing just like that. Inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth, intentionally emptying the chest and then the belly as you exhale, filling the belly and then the chest on the inhale. Continue to inhale through the nostrils. The next time you exhale, seal the lips, exhale through the nostrils. Allowing the eyes to start to close or welcoming in that soft gaze. Feel the muscles in the face relax. Feel the shoulders drop. Being intentional about quieting the mind and tuning into your yoga practice. Focusing on the breath as it goes in and out of the body. And just bringing into your mind's eye what has brought you to this moment right now. And just feeling a sense of gratitude for your ability to breathe in and out, to focus on the body, to move the body. And if the palms are still resting up, just pressing them down into the knees. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hinging forward and just rotate from the hip bones all the way around. Bending into one elbow and then the other. Just moving in a circular motion. Stirring the digestive system. Moving nice and slow with the speed of the breath. The next time you shift over the knees, rotate in the opposite direction. Inhale, bring everything back to center. Let your next exhale bring the chin towards the chest and take rotations from the neck. Once again, moving very slowly with the speed of the breath. Let each exhale bring the chin towards the chest, and each inhale, circle the neck all the way around. Naturally, the shoulders want to tighten to try to protect the neck. If there's any injury or tension there, just noticing that and trying to relax the shoulders every time they tense up. And rotate in the opposite direction. Inhale, bring everything back to center. Roll the shoulders out a few times, just bringing them up and back and down. And then take the hands, interlace them behind the back so that you feel the shoulder blades pull together, the chest comes forward, the chin comes up towards the ceiling. Close the eyes and hold for 5 deep breaths. If it feels uncomfortable to bring the eyes and the chin up towards the ceiling, just keep the neck neutral. Take a deep breath in. Keep the hands interlaced behind the back. As you exhale from the hip bones, just hinging forward. The moment you start to feel the shoulders round, just pulling out of it. And inhale, bring the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. Inhale, arms swing down, back, and up. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. Inhale, arms swing down, back, and up. Press the palms together. As you exhale, bend the elbows, take the hands towards the back of the head or the nape of the neck. Feel the shoulder blades pull together, the elbows pull apart, and hold and breathe. Let that right elbow dip down towards the right side of the mat. Inhale through center. Exhale, left elbow dips down towards the left side of the mat. Inhale through center, arms come all the way up. Look up in between the hands. As you exhale, take the right hand to the left knee. Left arm, left chest swings open. My left hand just rests towards the back of the mat. Feel the whole left side of the chest open up and looking where you want to turn. So just bringing your eyes towards the left side and hold for 3 deep breaths. Keep the right arm where it's at as you inhale. Bring the chest back to center. Left arm comes up towards the sky. Look up towards the left hand. As you exhale, taking a lateral stretch. Left side of the body stretches over towards the right side. As you inhale, look up towards that left hand. Exhale, turn the neck, look down towards the right side of the floor. Inhale, look up towards that left hand. Exhale, turn the neck, look down towards the floor. Inhale, both arms come all the way up. Exhale, taking a twist on the opposite side. Left hand meets that right knee. Right arm opens up towards the back of the mat. Or for me, the back of the mat, but opens up towards the side of the mat. And hold and breathe. Leave the left hand station where it's at as you inhale. Bring the spine, bring everything back to center. Right arm comes up. As you exhale, taking that lateral stretch. Right side reaches over to the left. As you inhale, look up towards that right hand. Exhale, turn the neck, look down towards the left side body. Once more, inhale, look up towards that right hand. Exhale, turn the neck, look down towards the side body. Inhale, both arms come all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. Let the legs come wide. If you're having trouble, if your knees look like this, or you're having trouble straightening the knees, I mean, the knees should never really be completely straight. You should have a gentle bend in them. But you can take a small hand towel. So imagining that this is a small hand towel. And you can just place underneath the knees. You could use a blanket too underneath each knee. Under each knee, yeah. And that'll support the hamstrings a little bit more. It'll stop you from having a lot of pain. Another suggestion is, if the hamstrings are really tight, is to take either the blanket or a bolster or a pillow, just like this, and propping yourself up on top of it in a manner that allows the hip bones to spill downward. So what I mean by that is just kind of keeping the hips shifting down, but they're still elevated above the knees, and it gives you a little bit more space in the hamstrings. So just propping recommendations there. So you're here in your posture, and we're just walking the hands forward. And this is another, like really, it looks like a simple pose, but if you're tight, it's not very simple, it's kind of uncomfortable. So let's say I'm here. I don't want to round my spine to try to stretch myself forward. I'm just going to walk my hands forward. And you see there's no rounding in my spine. The moment that my shoulders start to round, just pulling out of it. If where you're at is just sitting up straight, that's perfectly okay. Just focus on holding the posture as much in alignment as possible, and then holding and breathing. So holding here for 10 deep breaths. And you'll find that the longer and the more frequently you hold a posture that feels really difficult to get into or strenuous for the body, the more you hold it, the more you practice it, the more space you'll make over time. And this is a great posture to practice with. Hold for 3 more deep breaths. As you inhale, bring the arms up overhead. As you exhale, take that left elbow or right elbow down towards the right thigh. Left arm swings overhead. You can bend the elbow and take the left hand behind the head. And hold and breathe. So we're not twisting over towards the right thigh, we're just lateral stretching. And hold and breathe. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Look up in between the hands. Exhale, bend the left elbow, take it down towards that left thigh. Right arm can just extend up overhead, or we can bend the elbow, place the hand behind the head. Hold and breathe. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. Bring the knees in, take the soles of the feet together. This is another one. For any seated posture, you can always prop yourself up. Taking the soles of the feet together. You can always place blankets, pillow, or props. Props are great underneath the knees. And hold and breathe. If it feels good in the body, from the hips, you can just hinge forward gently, keeping in mind that once the shoulders start to round, we want to pull out of it a little bit and just hold and breathe. Let your next inhale roll the body back to center. And we're going to start to make our way onto hands and knees. So just shifting yourself into a tabletop position. Once again, if you need padding, using a blanket or towel. And setting yourself up like a nice level table. So you should be able to look down and see that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders and that your wrists are also parallel with your kneecaps and that your hip bones are directly over your knees. And if you want to take it a step further, For a level table, you also want to make sure that your knees are parallel with your ankles. Beautiful. Okay. As you inhale, arch the spine, look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, round the spine like you're pushing away from the yoga mat, take the chin towards the chest. Move with the speed of your breath. As you inhale, arch the spine, chin comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine, chin comes to the chest. Move at your own pace. The inhale arches the spine, the exhale rounds the spine. It may feel nice to bring in circles from the hips, so just shifting all the way around, bringing the weight from knee to knee, wrist to wrist. And circling in the opposite direction. And setting up for our restorative posture, it's going to be supported child's pose. So some people like to just use one bolster or one pillow and prop it up right in front of them. You'll keep the knees wide and you're just resting the whole head and the abdomen on the pillow or on the bolster. I think it feels a lot more comfortable if you can make it like a very long pillow. So if you have extra pillows or extra bolsters, and you can make it super long, like a body pillow. That way you can rest like you're straddling the bolster, and then just resting your whole body on top of the bolster. And like I said, you can do this with multiple blankets or pillows and just taking your time to set yourself up. This is going to be the first restorative posture, and we'll be here for about 4.5 minutes. If you're resting your head on one side, Now would be a good time to turn your cheek and rest yourself on the opposite side. Let your next inhale gently start to push you all the way back up. Take the hands, interlace them behind the back. Feel the shoulder blades pull forward. And just take several deep breaths. And release it. So just removing the bolsters. To set up for the next posture, you're going to take the bolster and place it where you would put your head. And we want the entirety of the head and the back to rest on the bolster. Once again, you can use pillows for this. And we want the hip bones, the whole pelvic region to spill down, and we want the glutes to touch the mat. So it's a big chest opener. You don't want the crown of the head hanging off the pillow or the bolster. You want the head to completely rest on the bolster, and you want the entirety of the back to rest on the bolster. For your legs, you can let the legs go long, or you can keep the knees bent and let the arms just drape down. If anything feels uncomfortable at any time, please come out of it. It's perfectly okay to just lie on your back, just getting the benefits of yoga practice nonetheless. If you're here and you want to make yourself even more comfortable, it may feel nice to also just put a blanket over your body and cover yourself up. It may feel nice to bring the soles of the feet together. If this feels uncomfortable, you can always let one leg go long at a time and then just alternating it. To get out of the posture, we're going to bend the knees, roll yourself onto one side, and then push yourself up. Take the bolster and just place it off to the side. Come all the way back down onto the back and pull the knees in towards the chest, either grabbing around the shins or underneath the thighs and just rocking side to side. Option to hold here with the knees to the chest, or to take a happy baby, as if you're almost as if you're taking the knees in towards the armpits and then grabbing for the outside of the feet and just rocking side to side, completely optional. And then releasing the feet, letting the legs go long so that the soles of the feet are up towards the ceiling. If you have a wall that you can rest your legs up against, this is a really good posture to take at least once a day. And you would rest your legs up against the wall, and you would want to get your glutes as close to the wall as possible so that all of the leg is resting up against the wall. And just hold and breathe, maybe circle out the ankles a little bit. Point and flex the toes. Pull the toes apart and then squeeze the toes together, and then rotate the ankles out a few more times. Drop that left knee down, pull the right knee in towards the body. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take that right knee over to the left side of the body for a spinal twist, and then let the right arm extend out from the collarbone. And just holding and breathing. I'm not going to take the twist, but you would take that right leg and you want to drag it as close to the left side of the floor as possible. Once you start to feel the right shoulder lifting off of the mat, just pull out of the stretch a little bit. As you inhale, bring that right knee back through center and then just open that right hip towards the right side of the floor. Option to straighten the right leg. And I like to rest my elbow on the floor and then my arm grabs for my thigh and I can create a little bit of like a shelf. And hold and breathe. Inhale, bring the right knee back through center. Bend the left knee, plant the left foot on the mat, and take the right ankle to that left knee. Let the arms extend up overhead, grab for opposite wrist or opposite forearms. If you want to take the bind, pull the legs closer to the abdomen and interlace the hands underneath that left thigh. If you have a strap, this is a great place to put the strap underneath the left thigh. And if you're here in the bind, it might feel nice to bring in a little bit of a rocking sensation side to side. Once again, the strap is good so that we can relax the shoulders on the mat. Once the shoulders start coming off of the mat, you want to pull out of the stretch. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release the bind, let that right foot meet the left, and just drop the knees from side to side, windshield wipering the knees out, rinsing the spine out. Let that right leg go long, pull the left knee in towards the body, give it a good squeeze. And then take the left knee over towards the right side of the mat. And hold and breathe. It may feel nice to let the left arm extend out from the collarbone. As you inhale, bring that left knee back through center and just gently guiding that left hip open towards the left side of the mat. Once again, you can leave the knee bent or you can straighten the leg. As you inhale, bring that left knee back through center. Bend the right leg. Take the left ankle to the right knee for pigeon pose on the opposite side. If you want to take the bind, bring the legs close to the abdomen, interlace the hands underneath that right thigh this time, and then maybe bring in that rocking sensation side to side, hip bone to hip bone. If you have any type of sciatic nerve pain, low back pain, this little side to side motion in this pose in particular, the pigeon pose, is a really great way to release sciatic nerve pain. Option to always just keep the right foot down and take it as a restorative posture. If you have the bind, gently start to release it. Plant both feet on the mat. And once again, just windshield wiper out the legs. It may feel nice to drop the knees to the right side and hold it there for a few breaths. And then drop the knees to the left side and hold it for a few more breaths. Back the knees up, back the heels up as close to the glutes as possible, and let the arms come long down the mat with the palms pressing in towards the mat. We want to keep the neck neutral, so just looking straight up in front of you. As you inhale, feel yourself push through the heels and lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Move at your own pace with the speed of your breath. A full breath in lifts the hips nice and high. As you exhale, lower the hips. If you feel the knees starting to veer out, just guiding them back to center. If you feel the knees starting to cave in, just guiding them into a neutral position. What we're looking for is to have the hip bones in alignment with the kneecaps and the kneecaps over the ankles. As you inhale, push through the heels, lift the hips. As you exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, push through the heels, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Once more, inhale, push through the heels and lift the hips. And if you have your block handy, or you need to pause the video and get your block or a blanket or bolster, you can, so a few different ways you can prop here. We're placing the block directly under the sacrum, So actually the sacrum should be resting on the block. And you might have to just position it a little bit, move it around just to see where it feels comfortable. The block is one option. Another option would be to use, like I said, the blanket or the bolster. So if you're using the bolster, you would keep it right next to you, lay down, get into position, inhale, lift the hips, and then just shimmy the bolster underneath. And that feels kind of a lot better than having the block underneath there. It's more relaxing. And then from here, whatever you're using to prop yourself up, you can let the legs go long. Ooh, and that is a very deep psoas stretch. So really deep frontal body stretch. If that feels like too much, you can always just bend one knee at a time and alternate. And just holding and breathing here. If anything feels uncomfortable for the low back, please come out of it by rolling onto one side and then pushing yourself up. You're welcome to stay here in this posture as long as you'd like. If not, to get out of the posture, you can either roll to one side and push yourself up, or you can lift the hips and move the prop out of the way. For the last posture, to get into it, we're going to roll onto one side, push yourself all the way up, take whatever prop you're using and place it right underneath the calves, and just come all the way back down onto the back. And let the arms extend out. Option to take the soles together if that feels good in the body. And just welcoming in your Savasana. Noticing the subtle differences from when you first started taking just gentle movement assigned with the breath. How we take that shift from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, everything becomes a lot calmer, almost as if you can fall asleep. a very cozy, safe space to be in. And we need this more often than we think, so that the mind can just relax, so that the body can relax. So that we can rest. Gently start to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Turn the head from side to side. As you inhale, point your toes, extend the arms up overhead, give yourself a nice full body stretch. As you exhale, pull the knees in towards the chest and roll onto one side. Just resting in a fetal position, pulling the knees close to the chest and just taking several deep breaths. Let your next inhale push you all the way up. And just taking the hands to prayer at the center of the heart space. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing yoga with me today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody so far who has been showing love to the channel. It is really helping, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. Namaste.